Alright, hello everybody. This video is for a very specific demographic of people. Those who are going to be, or are, or have recently relocated to the state of Tennessee. And then that demographic is then going to be narrowed down to those of that population who have a lazy eye and are looking to switch their driver's license over to a Tennessee driver's license. So I know this is a very small demographic of people, but this is for this demographic of people. So, to my comprehension, people who have a lazy eye usually are blind in that eye. I am blessed that I do have some vision in my lazy eye. So that I guess will play a factor in what I'm about to address here. But let me just explain. So when you go into the motor vehicle office to just, switch over your driver's license, they require you to pass a vision exam. What the exam is they have 3 columns of letters and like for example, my lazy eye is my right eye, and so the furthest right column was blank to me. And well, let me go backwards and explain. So being that I do have vision in my lazy eye, how it works, or doesn't work really, is that lazy eye. So people think of a lazy eye just as it physically drifting so that it looks a little freakish, right? Or like an abnormality visually to someone else looking at that person. But what a lazy eye actually is that eye does not function unless it is forced to, if it even has vision. What was I going to say? I was just going to say something and I lost it. So most people's eyes operate in stereo. They are synchronized. For people like me, my vision is not synchronized. My eyes operate separately. And so unless I close my left eye or cover it, so that it's not functioning in terms of vision, my lazy eye, my right eye, will not function unless the other eye is not functioning. So it's kind of like an either or situation. Or for the most part anyway. So when I went to go take this eye exam that they put on the counter at the motor vehicle office in Tennessee, I didn't really see anything in the furthest right column. But there was like a shadow and I saw something there, but I couldn't determine what it was to read it out to the employee there behind the desk. And so they told me that I had to fill out this form. So they gave me this form, Tennessee Department of Safety Vision Examination Form. And they tell me, we need you to have an eye doctor fill out this form. Okay? So I was not expecting any of this. And so I had to go, immediately schedule an eye exam and pay for it out of pocket because I'm currently unemployed and don't have any insurance and whatnot. Could I have reached out to a prior eye doctor? Maybe. But being that I just moved out of state, I didn't really feel like messing with all that. So, maybe I could have saved myself $60. And just FYI, I went to Vision Works and their eye exam was $60. There was a private practice that wanted to charge $90. So I was not lucky, but blessed enough to get an appointment the next day. I paid my $60. I got the exam, yada, 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 right? So the doctor fills out the form. Well, let me just explain to you. So, and first of all, let me also explain. So I'm in the Chattanooga area. And in the Chattanooga area, there are 2, that's chlorophyll on my finger, if you're wondering. There's 2 offices that you can get your driver's license switched over at. So the most common one, the most prevalent one that most people go to is on Bonnie Oaks Drive, I think. But there's another one over on Dayton Boulevard. So the first couple times that I went to the office on Bonnie Oaks Drive. So this first question right here, are glasses needed for distant vision? The doctor filled in the answer, yes. The secondary question, are they being prescribed or fitted? The doctor put yes, simply because she did give me a new prescription. My prescription only changed by a quarter, okay? Which is pretty much negligent. It's not worth me going out and spending hundreds of dollars on new glasses, new lenses, etc. For a quarter of a prescription when I don't have insurance and I'm unemployed right now. So the doctor continued to fill out the form. Describe any irregularities such as double vision, poor night vision, eye injury, eye disease, poor near vision, etc. The doctor explained poor distance vision, worse in night in right eye due to amblyopia, which is part of having a lazy eye. Will eyeglasses improve conditions described in question 2 above? Yes. Will other treatments improve above described conditions for the eyes? No. Is the person named in this report currently undergoing the recommended treatment to improve vision? Yes. Number 6, additional comments. Now here's the most important part that I want to show you, right? So the doctor put down, vision will always be blurrier in right eye, but patient is approved to obtain driver's license with current glasses. Has full peripheral vision and seeing 20/20 with left eye and both eyes open. Okay? So I go in there thinking, okay, no big deal. The doctor filled out the form. We're good to go, right? I go in there to the Bonnie Oaks office, and because the doctor answered honestly and said, yes, she gave me a new script, they then demanded that I have to get new glasses, that I have to fulfill that prescription, and they would not move forward. And I said to them, well, if you go down here to number 6, additional comments, it says right here, patient is approved to obtain driver's license with current glasses, current prescription. And what I was told repeatedly, not only by the original employee, but when I asked to speak to a manager, both of them just reinforced each other, that they don't care what the doctor wrote in the additional comments. If they see a yes here for this question of has there been a new prescription issued, then they require you to get that new prescription fulfilled. Okay? So I just wanted to put this out there to try to try to prevent anyone else from having the aggravation that I had to go through if you have a lazy eye and you're in this situation of relocating to Tennessee. Tennessee is the 4th state that I've lived in. I've lived in New Jersey, Georgia, and Colorado before I came to Tennessee, and I've never had such aggravation regarding switching over my driver's license ever before. So what I want to tell you, so what ended up happening was I ended up having to go back to my eye doctor's office that I had just been to the day prior, and I had to have them, I got a new blank form from the motor vehicle office, and I had the doctor refill this out, but this time the doctor fibbed and put no, that they did not give me a new prescription. And I also went to the Dayton office. I went to a different office after dealing with the Bonnie Oaks office twice and getting nothing but an attitude from them. Because I had tried to reason with the Bonnie Oaks office and explain to them, like, you have to look at the whole form in context, all of it together. And, it says right here, patient is approved with current glasses. And they just refused. So they obviously are not thinking rationally or critically. And they obviously did not consult an eye doctor when they created this form in the first place. So I had the doctor fib on the new form and say, no, she did not give me a new script. And I went to a different office. I went to the Dayton Boulevard office, which I really recommend going there because there was barely anybody there. They were much nicer. They were more patient, and they seemed to have a brain in their head. And I was able to finally get my driver's license. They just put some kind of some restriction on it, which I didn't even realize I had always had on my prior driver's licenses that basically just tells a cop, if he pulls you over, that if you're driving, you have to be wearing whatever prescription. Okay, that's all it means. So I just wanted to give everyone a heads up. If you have a lazy eye and you're relocating to Tennessee, that it behooves you to, you know, try to be up to date regarding your eye exam and prescription and all that, first of all. But second of all, if you end up having to fill out this form, or, you know, having to ask a doctor to fill out this form, just tell the doctor to put no here. Because otherwise, if that doctor puts a yes, they're going to want to see proof that you went out and got yourself new glasses or new contacts or whatever, that you have a new prescription, and they will not even, you know, look at the rest of this. Or at least not the Bonnie Oaks office in the Chattanooga area anyway. So just wanted to give everybody a heads up, because I found this incredibly frustrating and slightly anxiety provoking, because I was somewhat fearful that I might not be able to get my driver's license in this state. So just a heads up, if you have to fill out this form, just put no. Have the doctor put no if possible, which I know is unethical, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, because people are not thinking with the brain that God gave them. So anyway, just a heads up, and if I can link this video in my Google review of the Bonnie Oaks office, I will, just to give everyone a heads up. But yeah, if you have a lazy eye and you are relocating to Tennessee, especially in the Chattanooga area, just beware that this is the nonsense that you're going to have to deal with. All right? All right.